Page 87, Prelude number 11. This is in the key of B major, 5 sharps. Make sure you can do the scale on B major. It's actually one of the easier scales to play. You're using all the black keys because there's 5 black keys in an octave. 5 sharps, 5 black keys, it all works out. So here, common time, and it's down here and then here. So the left hand is moving around, the pedal's going to connect the notes, so don't worry about that. Do the best you can. 3, 4. 3, 4. These are all B's, of course. We're in the key of B major, so why not? They're saying here, I do a 1, 3. Doesn't matter what you use. Whichever fingers you, however you finger it, that's fine. The second ending, you're here. Make sure you hold that half note down. Here and then to here. And I do a 2, 4 on the end there rather than 3, 5. That's what they want. Now, if I were actually going to play this as a part of a piece, I would rearrange this totally. And I would play all these chords with one hand. So it'd be here. Do it, but that's not part of the etude. Apparently they want this left hand going back and forth. All right, fine. Then it's moderately loud. There's no melody, so whatever moderately loud is until you get to the second ending. Now you're going to crescendo up to very loud, and they put accents on it. In my opinion, that's redundant. You don't need accents. You're already very loud. That's good enough. So whichever. Now we need pedal on this, and it's going to connect things and it's going to color everything. Because we're using these block chords, and you need to work so you can get these block chords, all the notes down at the same time. You're just lowering the weight, both hands at the same time. It's important. Get them down and listen carefully on that. Then the pedal is overlapping pedal throughout, as you can see it, until you get to the end of the first ending. Then you lift up before you repeat, so it's like a new phrase. So it's like taking a breath. Oh, and there's a little silence before you go on. So at the beginning, I push the notes down and then the pedal. I'll change the pedal after I play the note. Each time. At the end, I'm going to lift the pedal with the hands before I repeat. It's like a new phrase. It's like taking a breath. So it's the... Then repeat. Now they're saying when you go to the second ending, lift up. So it's like 2 phrases. So the first 2 measures would be a phrase. And then the second ending is a separate phrase. I disagree with that. I really do. If you're not going to use the first ending as a separate phrase, then I want these phrases more or less. They don't have to be, but in this piece, I want all the phrases to be the same length, pretty much. So it's going to be 4 measure phrases. So when I repeat it and I'm playing for the second time, when I go from the second measure to the second ending, I'm going to overlap that pedaling. I'm not going to do it the way they're suggesting. So the second time, so I've treated all as one phrase, all the way through. My opinion of the pedaling. You'll have to experiment. What kind of effect are you after? Speed-wise, Moderato's in the middle. It's not fast or slow. It's whatever it feels, sort of like a walk. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I tend to want to put a swell in the middle of that, so it's here, a little louder, then come down. Just so it's not all in one level. You know, I got a little louder, a little softer. So you can shape phrases. And that was, you'll start a phrase a little softer and you'll end it a little softer, and you get a little louder in the middle. It's the overall plan. You can change that as the needs come around. But if you don't know what else to do, try that. There's different ways of interpreting this. You have to experiment with it. Play around with the sound and the feeling that you're getting. Try different speeds and different volumes and different pedalings and different things.